we do try. We are very determined, and you know, we tend to want to fight through everything. But a couple of years ago I realized, no, I can't fight through everything on my own. This isn't normal. I never used to feel like this. I look at my life and I just think, yeah, this ain't great. This ain't the one. This is too many problems, too many horrible things happening, too much drama, too much, you know, being attacked, too many, you know, people attacking me for this, for that. It just gets on top of me. And then I got into the online space and I realized there's actually a lot of black women who feel the way I feel. In this video, I'm going to take you through the ways to love yourself through depression, through the times when you are feeling so low. I know exactly that feeling. It's been my situation for the last couple of years, and situational depression is one thing that, you know, until you get to that light at the end of the tunnel, you're kind of still stuck in the dark tunnel. However, getting to that light is where the process is, the process of being depressed, and you need to love yourself through that depression, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. And I try to do this, and it's not easy. It's not easy, but I try to do this. So the first thing you need to do is to be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself, show yourself patience, show yourself all of that. 1 Corinthians chapter 13. Listen to what you need on the inside. Listen to what your mind, your heart's telling you need. If you need time away from your phone, give yourself that. If you need to be in an empty room and scream, do that. If you need to go and, you know, join a kickboxing class and be punching the bag, do that. But be kind to yourself. Give yourself what you need. Don't think, oh no, I shouldn't, you know, just spend the whole day in bed. I should go and, I don't know, return that call or go online and, you know, respond to people. If you can't do it, be kind enough to yourself to say, nope, I can't do it. I can't do that right now. And give yourself that. It's so important. Whatever is your heart's asking you to do, so far as it's not harming anyone, be kind to yourself and do that if you're suffering from depression. The second way to love yourself through depression is to forgive yourself. Now, this is so important because there are days when I know I haven't done the things that I needed to do, that I should have done, just because my mood was so low. And then because of that, I've hated myself for not doing those things. And I've bashed myself and bashed myself and bashed myself. And then I realized it's not me, it's not what I want, it's the depression that I'm suffering right now that is making me not able to carry out those tasks or do those tasks to the best of my ability. So I forgive myself, and I began to forgive myself, and I promise you, if you just take even just 5-10 minutes of an evening just to forgive yourself for like all the things that you didn't accomplish that day, for the things that you didn't do that you know you should have done that day, but because your mood was so low, you didn't do them. Forgive yourself. You're worthy of being forgiven. If you can forgive your neighbor, yeah, if you can forgive your ex, what they did to you, if you can forgive that silly woman at your work, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for every time you didn't quite do what you needed to do because you were depressed. The third thing to do to love yourself through depression is to assert your boundaries. Now, don't be backwards in coming forwards with your no. I've said that before. But I feel that as a black woman, sometimes it's hard for me to assert my boundaries because people tend to then think that I'm being aggressive or I'm being, you know, I don't know, all these negative things, which I'm not. I'm just saying that that conduct or that behaviour or that statement, whatever it is not acceptable to me. And most of the time I vote with my feet. A lot of times I don't bother to even like say it out to the person or to the group of individuals because it's just a waste of my time. They're just going to say, oh, you're being aggressive or whatever, when it's not the case. I'm just asserting my boundaries. But it's something you need to do. You need to assert your boundaries to love yourself. If something isn't acceptable to your spirit, to your soul, to the part of in you that wants to hold on to any straw of happiness that you can, if something's not acceptable to you at that level, don't accept it. Assert your boundaries. Remember to give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Share it with everybody you know. The fourth way to love yourself through depression is to let go of unhealthy habits. Now, obviously drinking, smoking, taking drugs, these are unhealthy habits. Even unhealthy habits like you know, spending time with toxic people, be it friends or family, spending time with people who make you feel worse about yourself. Look, you're already suffering situational depression, you're already depressed. Stay away from people who then make you feel worse about yourself. Spending all your time on Facebook, Instagram, watching these unattainable figures and these unattainable lives, you know, people who potentially watching them and their life is making you feel worse about your own. These are also unhealthy habits. Spending time around people who don't edify you, who don't make you feel good about yourself, spending time in spaces where you're not welcomed, you're not included, you're not loved. Leave those places and love yourself through that depression by letting go of those unhealthy habits. The fifth way to love yourself through depression is with rest and relaxation. Don't deny yourself rest. Don't deny yourself times to relax. I enjoy, you know, taking long soaks in the bath. Who doesn't? I enjoy pampering my skin. I enjoy trying on makeup, trying out different looks. I enjoy these things. They are restful and relaxing activities to me. When everything gets so discombobulated up here, I can do those things to relax. I'm like, oh, look at that. Emmy, you made a nice set of nails. I'll say that to myself, and I'll look at them and I feel happy that I could create something, as worthless as I'm feeling, that is beautiful. Just like these YouTube videos, I always put out a video that I'm proud of. I'm never 100% happy, but I'm always 100% proud because I fought the fear and I did it anyway. I went through my anxiety and I set up a channel and I kept posting every single week. And that to me is restful and relaxing. You may want to go to the hair salon and do your hair. That might be restful or relaxing. You may want to take a walk in the park, enjoy the fresh air. You may even want to climb a mountain or climb a little hill, go bike riding, listen to music really loud and dance. Whatever you need to do that's restful, relaxing for you, do it. Whatever you need to do that's restful and relaxing for you, do it. Don't feel guilty about it. As far as you're not hurting anybody, do it, because that is one of the best ways for you to love yourself through depression. And I want you to love yourself through depression because it's for a time only. It's not going to be forever. I believe you will get to the light at the end of the tunnel. I believe I will get to the light at the end of the tunnel, and I want us to do it together. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you do. I encourage you to subscribe. Every week I bring out a new video about health, wealth and slay, because a healthy body is simply incomplete without a healthy mind, and mental health is wealth. So with this mind right, you're gonna slay life. I know I like to do an American accent. Big up to any Americans watching. I do love you guys. It happens sometimes. I just break into an American accent. I'll be like, ooh, child. No, you're not American. You're literally English. I've been suffering depression for a few years now, and it's been quite debilitating. There was a time when I hated myself for being depressed. I hated myself for feeling this way, for allowing my mind to be, you know, so down. But then I realized there's a lot of women like me are suffering from mental health, and it could be situational depression. Like my depression is very much situational. The situation I've currently found myself in is very depressive. I have a legal case that I'm fighting, and it's meant that most of the time I felt like I'm not worth anything because nobody seems to believe what I've gone through, or most importantly want to protect me or stop what I've gone through from happening. And that really affects the mind. It really makes you feel gaslighted, and it's very difficult to talk about mental health, depression in particular, but as well as anxiety and stress. It's very difficult to talk about these things within the Black community, from my experience, especially within Black women of African descent. So that could be Nigeria, Ghana, any country in Africa, living in the UK like I do, or living in America. It's not something we really talk about, because I think especially in the UK we're very much stiff upper lip and want to, you know, put on a good face at all times and fight through every single thing. We do try, we are very determined, and you know, we tend to want to fight through everything. But a couple of years ago I realised, no, I can't fight through everything on my own. This isn't normal. I never used to feel like this. I never used to wake up feeling like everything's bad and everything's horrible. Everyone's horrible. Everyone hates me. I'm worthless. Why am I even here? And all I'm thankful for is that I never had suicidal thoughts. And I've never had suicidal thoughts because, you know, I've got some amazing people in my life who need me, who love me. And, you know, I love life. And I've always loved the fact that I'm alive. Maybe because death is a scary thought, because then you can't accomplish the things that are burning in your soul to do because you're gone. But I've never had suicidal thoughts, and I'm thankful of that. However, to wake up every single day feeling like you're worthless, you're ugly, you're horrible, no one loves you, no one likes you, even though you know that, like, no, people do love me, people do like me, people say I'm beautiful, you just don't believe it. You feel down all the time. You don't want to, engage in activities like you used to. You don't want to talk to people like you used to. You become very introverted. For me, the depression comes along with stress and anxiety. I look at my life and I just think, yeah, this ain't great. This ain't the one. This is too many problems, too many horrible things happening, too much drama, too much, being attacked, too many, people attacking me for this, for that. It just gets on top of me. And then I got into the online space and I realized there's actually a lot of black women who feel the way I feel. In Africa, in Europe, in America, who feel like life is just not giving them that joy. Maybe it once did before, but it's not. And aside from, prayer, which is something I genuinely believe, best ways for you to be able to love yourself through depression. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate it. Drop me a comment below, even if it's just to encourage me, because I do like to hear from you. I've been Emmy, and this is ClickSmart. You're smart. You clicked. Thank you.